What up, G Nation? Giants fans, good afternoon. Happy Monday. We are 2-0, undefeated for the first time since 2016. I don't care how we won these first two games. We won. We are 2-0, and that's all that matters to me. And that's all that matters in general. I don't care the stats. Throw away the stats. Throw away the game plays. We are 2-0, gentlemen. Do you know how hard that is for the New York Football Giants of late? This team has been brutal the last few years, and we still might be brutal, but we are winning the games that Tommy Toughnuts, Joe Judge, that thin-skinned Pat Shurmur would have lost and have lost throughout their entire coaching career with the Giants. We are 2-0. Brian Daboll is pushing the right buttons. I don't care if he's offending players. I don't care if there are $72 million wide receivers on this team that cannot handle practicing hard and having a white man named David Sills, an undrafted free agent, taking their playing time from them. I don't care. We are 2-0. Whatever Brian Daboll is doing, it works. These players are trusting one another. These players are believing in one another, and they are having fun doing it. It's been a while since these Giants players, especially the long-tenured ones, can say they had fun playing football for the New York Giants. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since me as a fan personally could say I had a fun time watching that Giants game. You know what? I can't wait to go home and watch the Giants. That has never happened. That has never came out of my mouth the last 4 years with this team. But now it's happening. Now I look forward to each game. Granted, these games haven't been blowouts. Granted, we should have scored a lot more points against the Panthers, because Baker Mayfield is a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad quarterback. But we won, and that's really all that matters. So tip your hats to the team. We are 2-0. Enjoy the W. Enjoy the win. And let's get ready to face Cowboys on Monday night. Hopefully Dak Prescott will not be able to play, and we should be able to handle our business against Cooper Rush and go on to 3-0. But this video is more so trying to talk about one player in particular that we signed, that we all had high hopes for, that he could go down as probably one of the worst free agent signings in Giants history, and that is Kenny Golladay, wide receiver for the New York Football Giants. Kenny Golladay used to be a very good receiver when he was on the Detroit Lions. However, he was injury prone. But when he was healthy, he was a good, tall-bodied receiver who was great in the red zone, who had a little bit of speed for that height, and he was able to take the top off the defense sometimes. That is not the case. This is the second week in a row that he has only had 2 targets. He's had 2 plays in 2 weeks, each game. 4 plays total he's been on the field. He was on the field twice yesterday in the red zone with no targets. He is awful. I don't know what it is about him. He is awful. He doesn't seem to be happy right now. There were reports yesterday after the game. Granted, after the game, the press gets and the players get 15 to 20 minutes of just getting dressed, getting changed, and then they open the locker room up for the media. Apparently, he was long gone before the media was able to walk in. Julian Love, being the team leader, being the captain that he is, he stated that he was also long gone. Now, I'm not in the locker room, so I don't know the truth. He could just be trying to just defend his teammate by being a good teammate, saying that there's other players that were gone. Who knows? But apparently the reports are saying that Kenny Golladay was fed up with his amount of playing time, that he cleaned out his entire locker and he left without talking to the media or anybody else. Now, I'm not sure how NFL locker rooms work since I never played in the NFL, but I'm pretty sure that once the game's over, you're allowed to just get showered, get dressed, and get changed and go. I'm not sure. It's not like we had to take a flight home. They were playing in New Jersey, so they probably all just went back to their families' houses. But there's definitely something going on with Kenny Golladay. Head coach Brian Daboll in his post-game presser, he said that, since training camp began, the people that put in the work, they have to earn playing time. I don't care if you make $800,000. I don't care if you make $72 million. You have to earn your playing time. You have to earn your keep. If you practice hard and you play hard, you will earn playing time. Apparently, Kenny Golladay hasn't been earning much playing time. Now, Brian Daboll is also saying it's just the packages that we've won. We're doing a continuous flow of different receivers for each package, each down, each drive, and Kenny Galladay's number just wasn't called. That could change next week. You never know. That could change. But I think there's a little bit more to the story. I think the coaching staff, the GM and coach, they didn't bring this guy in. Maybe Kenny Golladay rubbed him the wrong way in practice. It's kind of weird because all offseason, Daniel Jones had the receivers out in Carolina working with him at Duke. And Kenny Golladay was one of the receivers that were always around Jones. But apparently he's just not earning his keep in practice. And Brian Daboll and the coaching staff are calling other guys' numbers. David Sills, undrafted free agent, who has finally made the team this year. He had 67 of 73 offensive snaps. Kenny Golladay had 2. Richie James, I believe, had 50. Sterling Shepard had 63. Other guy, Kadarius Toney, even, his workload would increase. He had about 40 snaps as opposed to the 5 in week 1. So there's something going on with Kenny Golladay. Not too sure what it is. Not too sure if it can be fixed. I don't think that the Giants will trade him just because I don't think any team would want that contract. I think the only way the Giants could possibly find a trade suitor is if he agrees to take a restructured contract. But it seems to me that as if Kenny Golladay is just going to have to ride the bench, just deal with it for one season, and the Giants are definitely probably going to cut him next year. It just does not make any sense financially. It's almost financially impossible for the Giants just to cut him, especially the dead cap that they would have against them. It just does not make any sense financially going forward. But it's very telling. It's depressing. I'm very glad I didn't buy his jersey. I don't think this guy's going to turn around. Honestly, I really don't. Other receivers are earning their keep. They're earning their playing time. And I think Kenny Golladay is almost as good as gone, especially if, he's taking shit out of his locker, if he's just not talking to teammates, not talking to the media, what have you. It does not look good for Kenny G, that's all I'll say. But you know what? Fuck him. If he's not a team player, if he's not putting in the effort to work hard and learn the playbook and just be collaborating with his quarterback and his other teammates, then fuck him. We don't need you. We're 2-0 without you. You're a bum. And it was a terrible signing by Dave Gettleman, one of many by that fat fuck. But just be glad we're 2-0. I'll cut the video at that. We're 2-0. Let's hope for the Eagles to be massacred tonight by the Vikings. Let's go Skull, 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 Skull. And let's hope that they lose. If the Eagles lose, the Giants will sit alone atop of the NFC East at 2-0 and be the second team, along with the Tampa Bay Bucks, to be undefeated in the NFC. That's all I have for you today. I will keep you updated on any more news going forward. My son's due date's Wednesday. I'm hoping he comes soon so I don't miss the Cowboys game Monday night. It's going to be very difficult for me to live stream in the beginning. It was very fun live streaming the games yesterday. But, with the newborn coming, it's going to be quite difficult going forward. But I will try my best on live streaming more games as the season progresses. But until then, Giants fans, enjoy the rest of your week. That's all. Watch the Eagles lose. Hope all your fantasy teams and your bets are hitting. And I will talk to you guys soon. And as always, let's go G-Men.